You walk into a room. You stand there waiting, hoping someone will notice you and come over. But it never happens. You're invisible, as if you don't even exist. Yet right next to you, there are people approaching each other. Those people just stand there, and people keep coming to them again and again. What's the difference? Not looks, not charisma. 5 specific things they do differently, things you can start doing today. Today we'll explain these things. Stay until the end. We'll cover the single most important thing, the one almost everyone gets wrong, the one that turns you invisible even when you're doing everything else right. Fix it, and everything is going to change instantly. 1. Stop waiting for permission to exist. Here's the core problem with people nobody approaches. They wait. They wait to be noticed. They wait for someone else to show interest first. They enter a space like guests who need permission to be there. People sense this instantly. They see someone who glances around uncertainly, seeks validation, measures their own worth by how much attention they receive. That's the energy of need, and need repels. Now, look at the people others approach. They enter a room differently. They aren't looking for permission. They assume they have every right to be there. The difference isn't in words, it's in energy. One person radiates, "I need your approval to feel okay." The other radiates, "I'm at peace with myself. You're welcome to join if you like." People avoid the first energy, they're drawn to the second. Here's the paradox. When you stop demanding attention, you start receiving it. When you stop begging for permission, people want to give it. It's not logical, but it works. Try it next time. Walk into a cafe, a meeting, an event with one thought. I don't need anyone's approval to be here. I'm here because I'm here. And I'm open to connection, but I don't need it. Watch how people's reactions shift. They'll feel the difference, not in your words, but in your energy. And they'll start approaching, because people gravitate toward those who are self-sufficient. Do strangers often come up and talk to you, or do you always initiate yourself? Leave a comment. Let's see who's already doing this right. 2. Your body speaks for you. You're standing there, arms crossed or hands in pockets, shoulders slightly hunched, weight on one leg. You're not thinking about it. You're just standing the way you normally do, but your body is screaming that you're closed off and don't want to interact. People read that from 5 meters away and steer clear. Crossed arms, signal defense. Hands in pockets, signal disinterest. Hunched shoulders, signal low confidence. All of it sends one message: stay away. Look at the people others approach. Their posture is open, shoulders back. They look relaxed. And people read that as, this person is safe. It's okay to approach. They're open to conversation, and so they do. Here's what to do. Next time you're somewhere public, check your body. Arms crossed, drop them, let them hang freely, or rest on a table. The first 10 minutes will feel strange, like you're too exposed, too vulnerable. That's normal. You've spent years being closed off. Openness feels unnatural, but openness is exactly what welcomes people in. Within 20 minutes, you'll notice it. People start sitting nearby, catching your eye, smiling, striking up conversation. Not because you became a different person, because your body stopped pushing them away. 3. Ask questions instead of telling stories. Here's what most people do. They prep interesting stories in their head, clever lines, funny jokes. They wait for the right moment to unload it all, to impress, to show how interesting they are. And the conversation dies, because nobody wants to listen to your monologue. People want to talk about their own thoughts and their own lives. If you only talk about yourself, you're boring, even if your stories are objectively fascinating. Magnetic people do the opposite. They ask, not superficially, not what do you do, or how are you? Those questions are dead on arrival. People answer them on autopilot. They ask, what brought you here? What's the hardest part of this for you? How did you get into that? And crucially, they listen to the answer. Really listen. They're not waiting for their turn to speak. They're not preparing the next question in their head. They're listening, asking follow-ups, showing the person their words matter. Here's what happens. The person talks. You listen. You ask the next question. They answer. 10 minutes in, they're thinking, this person actually gets me. I want to talk to them more. And what did you do? Just asked questions. Just listened. You didn't tell a single interesting story. You didn't show off your intelligence. You didn't crack a joke. You simply made the person feel heard. Make someone feel important, and they'll remember you and want to come back. If you usually prepare a speech instead of listening, leave a like. Genuine interest beats any rehearsed line. 4. The first 3 seconds dictates everything. You walk in, head down, eyes on your phone or staring at the floor. You find your seat, sit down, pull out your phone, disappear into the screen. What do people see? Someone who doesn't want contact, someone who's busy. So they leave you alone for the entire meeting, event, or evening. Now picture a different scenario. You walk in, head up, like you're genuinely curious about what's happening here. You briefly make eye contact with a couple of people. A slight smile, maybe a nod, and you move on. What just happened? You showed you're open to connection. People noticed, and 10 minutes later, someone comes over, asks something, start a conversation because you gave them permission to approach. Most people close that door without even realizing it. Head down, eyes on phone, zero eye contact, and then they wonder, why doesn't anyone come over? Next time, try something different. You don't have to approach anyone. You don't have to speak first. Just open the door. They'll walk through on their own. 5. Comfort with silence is magnetic. Now, for the most important part, you're sitting somewhere, there's a person nearby, there's silence, and you panic, squeeze out a phrase, they give a one-word answer. Silence again, panic again. Here's what's happening. Your need to fill the silence reads as insecurity, as tension. The person next to you feels it. They tense up too. Confident people are drawn to do the opposite. They're comfortable with silence. They don't rush to fill the pause. They simply exist nearby. That calm energy pulls people in. The person next to them relaxes, stops dreading the awkward silence, and starts talking on their own. Try it in a cafe. Put your phone away, look out the window with a relaxed expression on your face, like you genuinely enjoy being alone with your thoughts. When you don't need the conversation to continue, but remain open to it, that's the most attractive combination there is. You're not pressuring anyone, but you're not closed off either, and that draws people in more powerfully than any attempt to impress. To see more content on how human behavior works and how to use it in your life, subscribe to the channel.